Good morning. I'll be doing the reflective piece. Now, before we went to the organization, I really wasn't expecting much. Now, because it's a non-for-profit organization, I really thought that the people working there would be just there to do their jobs, like similar to Centrelink. Like they'll be there to do their jobs, and once it's 5 o'clock, they're gone. And when I went in there, I was really surprised. I was surprised at how wrong I actually was. We were greeted at the door by a worker there. I forgot her name. And then so we sat down with Brooke, and then we started talking. And Brooke was very personal, and she was very accommodating, and this made us feel very comfortable. Now I'll get to Brooke's thoughts and ideas. Brooke started to talk about the statistics and stats about domestic violence, and how the numbers were looking, and I was very shocked. I was very surprised, and also I was the only male in my group, so that did feel a bit scary. But when Brooke was talking about the number, she was saying, one in three females experience domestic violence, and the numbers of suicide for females were much higher, or very very high. So that's one thing that I learned, that the numbers were actually very very high, and very very bad, and it made me feel devastated. It made me feel really sad, really devastated that males were actually this bad. It was very sad, and this resulted in me being a bit more kind. Like when I say kind, I'm not married. I don't have a spouse or anything. But of course, it kind of opened up a soft spot in me. So definitely in the future, when I'm speaking to females, or speaking to my mom, I will definitely show much more respect than I currently show. Even though I show respect now, in the future I'll be much more. I was very shocked, and I felt guilty. Okay, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I wasn't expecting much. I thought they were just there to do their jobs and leave. But when I met Brooke, and when I met the people working there, it was much more than that. They had a personal connection to their job. They really loved what they were doing, and that really motivated me into thinking about what kind of job, or what kind of job role I would prefer in the future. And also, as our organization was dealing with very personal matters such as domestic violence, we had a question to Brooke. We asked her how she coped emotionally, with the cases that she faces, because you can imagine, if you see someone that's been having a bad domestic, like that's been having a bad experience, and is being treated badly in her household, it can have a big effect on you. And Brooke actually told us, she came from a family where her mother also worked in the same field. So she said she had good experiences. Like she was fine with the emotional part, but she said she did have co-workers that did struggle from time to time, and she told them, and she just sat down with them and spoke with them. She used they analyzed the situations of people. They analyzed the situations of people, and they spoke with each other, and spoke about the benefits that can come up, and that's how they calmed each other down. And when we were speaking about Ed Voss and their numbers, because they're doing such a they're doing such an important job. We asked how many staff members they had, and they only had 50 staff members. You know, only 50 staff members. Even when we went, they only had a few staff members working. But only a few people, and you can really see how much of a big difference that made to the few hundred people's lives that they changed. Only a few people can make a big difference. That's also one thing that I learned that I learned in this experience. And now, one more thing that I want to get out of this experience was, I really got the urge inside me. I got the motivation to sort of change the view, change the label, and change the behavior of males. And I really want to find out why they are they have such high numbers in domestic violence, and why they treat their partners or their family members, their female family members especially, in such bad manners. I really want to learn that, and this field trip really gave me that motivation to go and look for the answer. Of course, just me by myself, I won't be able to change those horrible statistics overnight. But I really want to fight, and I really want to just change something. Just have a positive impact. Even when Brooke was explaining and telling us the statistics, I was really sad. And even after the meeting with Brooke, my group members, they asked me how I was feeling, because they can see I was obviously down and obviously feeling bad. So they were asking me, how I was feeling. So I really think this is a really good career path that I want to follow, and it really did hit me hard. I really think this is the way to go for me. And now oh no, and now I'm really looking forward to the future. I'm really looking forward to the future, because this really did open my mind up to a brand new idea, to a brand new sector. I had no idea that the statistics and everything was this bad. Brooke was a very good person. I was actually surprised how she was very prepared. She answered all the questions. We were asking questions about partnerships, and she was able to answer them easily. One thing for next time though, if I do something similar, um, as the group, we weren't really prepared for the questions. Like we just put a whole heap of questions down on paper, and we didn't really go through the questions by ourselves. So when we were asking Brooke the questions, we weren't too sure what we were asking. So that's one thing that we will definitely change. We would go more prepared. And just one last point I forgot to mention in the beginning was that really males really need to increase their knowledge, and they really need to increase the way that they treat the females. It's really unacceptable. And Brooke really showed us as a group, how bad it really was. And now I think this is one thing that I really want to go forward in, and continue doing things relating to this field. Thank you also for Thank you to my teachers for giving us the opportunity to go and get some hands-on experience and see what the real world is like. And we got to really deal with we dealt with professionals, and that really showed us what was really expected. Thank you.